Steve Anderson does not jest. He said it was going to get warm, and indeed it is already getting warm.
You noticed.
I did.
5 degrees the temperature right now. However, we should say that with southwesterly winds at 20 miles an hour, we have a rather cold wind chill, which is 34 below.
I'll roll my sleeves down on the way home.
You might have to. Your car door might fall off. 34 below, it's 5 degrees, and we'll make that temperature 3 degrees, I should say, in Fargo. Cloudy skies, winds are southwesterly at 20. 62% the relative humidity reading. The pressure is falling from 29.90. 40 was the record high occurring in 1935. Record low was set in 1883 at minus 36. It's minus 5 in Grand Forks and about the same wind chill, somewhere around the 30 or 35 below category. Cloudy skies, winds are southwesterly at 15. 70% the relative humidity, pressure is 29.84. 39 the record high in 1908. The record low was set in 1912. It was 36 below. Here's a comparison of last year to this year. You can see our high 1 year ago today was 16, the low a year ago 5. A bit colder this year. High today was 3. Our current temperature, that is, 3 degrees. Low today 21 below. Sunrise tomorrow morning coming at 8:12 and sunset tomorrow at 4:54. So it looks like some of the cold air is kind of leaving the area. Things are looking a little bit better for us, and maybe by tomorrow, maybe, just maybe, 10 degrees. Who knows? Let's take a look at the nation today. Some light snow occurring from the Ohio and Tennessee Valley along the stationary front, which extends from southern Pennsylvania down across Kentucky, Tennessee, Arkansas, finally down into Texas. It does turn into a cold front here in Arkansas, kind of dips down into Texas, comes back up into New Mexico and becomes stationary again. Air is quite a bit colder on this side than this side. As you can see, the high today in Dallas-Fort Worth was 34, and the nation's high was on this side of the front, 82 degrees, which is Brownsville, Texas. You can see other temperatures, 47 in Atlanta, 73 in Miami Beach, only 5 for a high today in Chicago on the lake, 37 in Washington, and 30 in New York today. High pressure in the central part of the U.S., giving us generally fair skies across the central and northern plains, and very cold temperatures at that. 17 for a high in Denver today. The nation's low was in Montana, 42 degrees below zero in Butte. And we see some more snow. There's a storm developing here in the southern part of Arizona. You can see that it's a low-pressure system here. Snow is starting in the central and northern mountains of both New Mexico and Arizona, and it extends up into Utah and Colorado also. Here's another storm system off the coast of California, and snow and rain all over across the southern and central parts of that state. And otherwise, we look at the northwest today. It's 43 degrees for high in Seattle. Things were pretty clear there, too. Now for the satellite view. Let's take a look at it. Clouds across the eastern part of the U.S. were quite dense, and there you see them. They look most dense in the northern part of that area. A little bit of clearing down here in the Gulf area. Some of the warm air starting to pump up. It was a warm front earlier. Then as we go to the west today, we can see there's low pressure off the coast of California, and some clouds moving into the area. These clouds are circulating around and becoming a storm system. We're getting a lot of snow in Arizona and New Mexico, and a lot of rain also. Some flash flood watches out for portions of Arizona. Not at all nice in the southwest today. This looks a bit nicer than it has for a while. For highs today, 7 degrees for a high in Williston, 9 in Dickinson, also in Minot. Bismarck reported 9 for a high also. The current temperature in Bismarck is also 9. Current temperature in Grand Forks is 5 degrees. That's the high also for the day. 3 in Fargo-Moorhead. You can see over in Devil's Lake it's 3. That's the current temperature and also the high for the day. The same thing goes for Jamestown. Into Minnesota, things a bit cooler for highs today. Still below zero there. It's -7 in International Falls, the coolest spot, to -3 in Duluth and Alexandria. South Dakota, things warming up quite nicely. 12 degrees in Pierre and 11 in Rapid City. Of course, those don't count the wind chill factor. Tomorrow, Saturday, looks pretty nice. We'll tell you about it after this message.
Does your husband care about bathroom tissue?
No, that's really all my area, my territory.
Wait till he tries new improved White Cloud. It's so much softer, your husband will care. Take a look over the screen. Recognize that?
Yes.
Who is that?
That is my husband.
He's comparing new improved White Cloud to your brand.
Okay, I'd say this is the softest.
Tell me what it says on the bottom.
New White Cloud.
Your husband just picked new improved White Cloud as being softer than your brand. How soft do you think White Cloud is?
If he noticed a difference, I would say it probably is very soft.
New improved White Cloud is the softest one you can buy. Let's see what he says, all right? Is softness important to you?
Yes, it is. Softness is important to me.
Are you going to tell your wife anything?
I want to tell her to buy New White Cloud.
I thought you said he didn't care, Betty.
I would say probably he does care now that he's been aware of a difference in brands. He felt the two and felt that the White Cloud was softer. Obviously, I want to shop to please my husband, so I will buy the White Cloud instead of my other brand.
Your family cares. Shouldn't you care to buy the softest? New improved White Cloud.
Partly cloudy skies forecasted for tonight. Temperature of around 10 degrees below zero. Things have been warming up, though we may not get quite that cold. Winds west to southwesterly 15 to 25 will put the wind chill somewhere between 20 and 30 below tonight. Tomorrow, clear to partly cloudy, temperature between 5 and 10, and winds westerly 10 to 20. So that's a bit nicer than we've had all this week so far. Clear to partly cloudy tomorrow night, temperature 10 below to 5 below, and then the extended period. The temperature, by the way, on Sunday might be around 10 degrees, so it looks good for the weekend. No snow predicted for that extended period. Highs between 5 and 15, and then lows between 15 below and 5 below. And that's the forecast in a nutshell.
Steve, thank you very much. Have a good weekend.
You too, Bob.
Stay warm. We had conflicting stories last week.